Hello again. We have won the die roll in round 2. We're on the play, but this is a very awkward hand. I mean, we can press their thing and then draw some cards in a bit. And we have a duelist, but we don't really have any pressure. This is like probably a fine hand for a controlling deck, but I don't know if it's worth keeping for us because it doesn't really do anything. I think I want to ship this and look for some stuff to attack with, especially in the dock. That'll do. It's not great, it's 2-lander, but at least it has both our colors, so any land gives us a tapped zombie followed by a duelist, and we can get in for a bit of early damage. And if we keep drawing lands, we have this. Very awkward. This is punishing the openers again. I mean, this is great if we draw a bunch of lands. And in fact, if we get to a sort of stalled game, because this hand isn't that fast. Keep this. I will bottom you, Voldemort Duelist. I love the scry rule. Scry is great. I really enjoyed that they added that. I wonder how much of a factor it was in their decision to make Scry evergreen that they could then implement this. Was it Vancouver Mulligan? I think it's called. Turn 1 Groundskeeper. Sick. Let's hide the fact that we're playing blue for the moment. And also, yay, we have land. Although Stitched Mangler tapping Groundskeeper isn't very impactful. Let's see if they have a spell. The beats are sick. Well, yeah, I guess. Tap your guy. I'm a bit sad that we don't have a Blood Mad Vampire, given our opponent's not doing a lot. Harvest Hand. So they're presumably in the Delirium deck. They must have that, oh, well. Do I play this? If I play this, our opponent is highly unlikely to attack. Which is maybe okay. We get to keep poking them with the Mangler. But maybe I should save it for discarding it to pour over the pages and just bash them for 5 now. Which is much better use of mana. If I draw a land next turn, I can play this. If not, I can play this anyway. I'd lose the surprise value of Blood Mad Vampire into Duelist is the only issue, but our opponent can block a 5/2 Vampire anyway. So yeah, let's just get in, spend our mana efficiently, and get the clock rolling. What do we got here? Intrepid Provisioner, sure. The beats are so real. This is a bit awkward for our... Oh, okay. So our opponent's racing. Ah, that's awkward. We didn't draw the land. So we can just play this. It's quite a good blocker. This doesn't block much. We do have the Mangler up to hold back these. I'm attacking with the Duelist first, I think. Sure. I wish I had a trick here. That would be really nice. Good tempo, but The Vampire is somewhat more efficient use of mana, and is better if we don't... holding this up for this is not great if we're not going to keep drawing lands. It means that our opponent won't want to attack us very much, although they're not attacking into this anyway. So I don't think either of these really does anything. I don't know if it's worth going for the more card advantage-y sort of line. Maybe it doesn't make much of a difference. If nothing else, this is good against large creatures because it can block well. And our opponent is on green, so let's just run out there. Like those guys, for instance. Land. Well, now we could have discarded this, but never mind. Let's pour over some pages, I think. Ooh, Scholar. Am I running this out? Maybe I save it for when I need spells. Is that worthwhile? I mean, I've got a Scholar for next turn. I don't really want to play the Stormrider Spirit. Because it'll let my opponent transform their thing. But then again, I can do Stormrider Spirit into Homunculus Scholar and it'll transform back. Yeah, that seems like a better line. Let's just pass. Oh dear. This is scary. I think we have to go for it, but... yeah, because if they have, I don't know, Uncaged Fury or whatever, we're just dead anyway. So, let's see. I think I'm blocking the Groundskeeper here. Cross my fingers, hope not to die. Oh. We're not... come on! Really? Well, that sucks. I guess we can double block it with the Homunculus and the Mangler. I don't know if that's useful or not. I guess we're just taking 5 first to play this out, and then blocking next turn and hopefully winning with the flyer. I guess which of us wants the game to go longer here is the question. Our opponent might be playing Groundskeeper just as a body. They have some human tribal elements, so it is a human. They might be the beatdown. So maybe I actually want to play this now and just have some blockers. The double block sucks, but this guy got some value already off the Groundskeeper. We're not especially behind on cards if we get away with this play. I think I'm still playing the land. Because I don't want to be too deprived of mana. Oh! Well. Let's see if we hit just the wind next turn, shall we? It's a very aggressive line here. Block! I mean, there is no point chumping that with X1s. What's that equipped for? 2. So they can do it now. Right, so we're on... we have quite a few outs, because we can draw one of several tappers. So we should do this now. Come on. Something. That is not something. If that didn't have trample, this would actually be okay, because we'd be able to force a trade. Do we have enough toughness to survive? It's 9 power. So if I play this, if we block with everything, we have 6 toughness. Technically, we're not dead on board. I mean, we probably still lose the game from that point, but we definitely still lose the game otherwise, so whatever. With a bit more time, we could even have won the game with a couple of turns of this attacking, but... Triple block. This is so sad. So we're doing... What's this? We need to pump this guy twice, I think. 5, 6, 7, yeah. Well, let's see if they have anything. Everything else, we'll get to see one more card from them. Which might be valuable information. If they have a removal spell that we need to know about and stuff. Oh! Okay. Are you kidding me? What is this nonsense? Dual shot, that does nothing. Yes! We got there. I'm gonna run this out so I can F6. I know it's a bad play, but I'm behind on clock and I feel like I need to win 2 more games of this, so... This deck seems to take a lot of time off the clock between explaining my plays and, you know, actually making them. I'm slow enough on Magic Online as it is. So I might need to play a bit inefficiently just to make sure I have time to run all 3 games. It would be very me to go 0-3 because of the clock. Not that our opponent here is having a trouble beating me, but oh, that was their turn, okay. That's not terrible. Maybe they're just trying to flip this thing. Senseless Rage. If it didn't have trample, that'd be great. I think we sag the clue. Mad Prophet. Oh. So, I think our out is discard Senseless Rage. Oh no, we can't even do that. Like, I want to use Mad Prophet to search for press for answers, but we don't have enough cards. Because we have to discard one of these, and then we have to discard another one to the Mad Prophet, but we also need to play the land. Yeah, we're just dead. Let's scoop. Save a bit of time. Triple thingy. Okay, we're going to need to keep a fast hand this time. Do we have any extra... Does this help? Do we want this? Like, we could get them to 13 and then just rip this and win off of it? Maybe? We have to cut, I guess, 2 lands. That seems awfully long gamey. This dual shot probably isn't worth much. Do we want Insolent Neonate? Extra chump blocker, extra attacker in the early game. Lets us be more aggressive, or you know, at least a little bit more aggressive. It's probably better than dual shot. Let's get it out there. It's a bit easier to play without doing absolutely nothing when we need to flip a werewolf back as well. Is it worth putting the skeleton key in instead of maybe this? I don't know, I feel like this will help us pull answers out of our deck when we need them. Let's try it. Let's just try it. Yes, we would love to play first. And I will happily keep this hand. It is great. We have our flyer. We have a 2-drop and a 3-drop for, I think, the first time. And we have multiple bits of interaction. This is a great hand. This card is doing a lot of work. I know people don't rate it very much, but when there are board stalls to be stalled through, like this card is often our win condition in these matchups. No, the deck's not great, let's be honest. It's a bit chunky. I think we have to rely on drawing the right cards in the right order to win, and so far we've not really been doing that. Our opponent must have a real toughie of a hand here. Oh, if I lose this match, it'll be the first time I've ever not gone 2-1 on video, I think. In fact, it'll be like only something like the third time I've not gone at least 2-1 on Magic Online. It happens though. Sometimes your deck just doesn't work, or your opponents have whatever they need, or you punt or run out of time or whatever. Ooh, this hand is getting spicier and spicier. So if our opponent doesn't have a play this turn, I will run out the Reckless Scholar preferentially over the zombie, even though the zombie is larger. If they don't have a very threatening... I think that counts as a threatening play, but we can tap down the Cat Staff, whatever it is, for a few turns. Not gonna lie, this is terrifying. But let's see how it goes. Please don't play like Sage of Ancient Lore or something. Cult of the Waxing Moon. That is a nice big 5/4 you've got there. Would be a shame if something were to repeatedly tap it. Attack with this. So I think end step we discard. I'll see what we draw. That's a bit awkward. Just going to do this in response so I can F6. Right, we need this. Sleuth is actually great with press for answers, although I don't know if it's ever getting in. We probably have better things to spend the mana on, like sacrificing the clue in order to try and hit land for these. Well, we hit the lands. That's good. So this is going to untap next turn, but it's still tapped now. Do I press this? It just trades with the Furtive Homunculus. That's not a huge deal. To be fair though, I'm not doing anything else this turn. I guess I could loot first. Ooh, let's discard that. Casting Madness cards is really difficult on Magic Online. So that actually blocks the Cult. Just straight trades with it. So I think I'm gonna... Oh, that's awkward actually. No, I'm gonna press the Harvest Hand and just get in now. And then our opponent has to either block with this next turn, or they can't block advantageously basically with the Bloodmad Vampire. Plus we get to get in for more damage now, which, given that we have a flyer and we have to beat our opponent down pretty quickly before they overwhelm us with a stream of 5/4s, is pretty relevant. So if they attack, do we block? I feel like we're okay in the race, but is this another provision? Okay. Well, I guess the answer to that is no. We just take 7. My oh my. No blocks. Voldaren Duelist. Is that lethal? 2, 4. Yes. Yes, it is. G. Bam. That felt good. That's what our deck's supposed to do. Let's see if we can do that again. We're on the draw this time, which is a pain, although it does at least make our janky synergies easier to put together. Is there anything we really want to get rid of? Or bring in? I don't think so. Trisket Echophobia for the lols. Probably not worth it. No, I think we just run it back. Slam it. Whoa! It's not bad. Ha! Duskwatch Recruiter? Oh no. Oh no. That's really rough. So I guess, so I press this. Get in for one. I mean, that's kind of all we can do. Yeah. At least we have ways to spend our mana for quite a few turns. So that should help. Quilled Wolf. Fine. Opponent missed land. That's helpful. For sure. Tap this down. Get in. Oops. This Neonate isn't doing much. But maybe every little helps, who knows. Harvest Hand. I feel like this stymies the assault somewhat. Well, that was rough. I quite like playing the Sleuth and drawing a card. Can I attack with this? I guess it trades for the Harvest Hand or the Groundskeeper. Yeah, our opponent can double block it. I think that's maybe okay. Maybe it's better on defense for now, which it looks like is the sort of direction we're going in. I'm just going to sack this now so that I can F6. This guy might be enormous next turn actually with the Nagging Thoughts. Our opponent does only have one card in hand, but that's not a particularly big deal when they have a Duskwatch Recruiter. Oh, 2 cards in hand. They just drew. That was before they drew. Yes. Oh boy. We're gonna get beat. That's exciting. What's 1 red? Like Rush of Adrenaline? Yes, I have a 2/3. Opponent does not have Rush of Adrenaline in hand. Confirmed. Okay, so we can flip this thing back now with pour all the pages into Nagging Thoughts. Make this a 4/3 swing, trade it for those. That's really not great. Maybe it'll do. If nothing else, we're about to draw a bajillion cards, which will help a lot. Just gonna auto-heal to that. Tap these. Oh, I can discard just the Wind and return, I guess, this to our opponent's hand. Or even return this and just get in, and then our opponent's forced to block with something that's actually relevant. Can I afford to play... Oh no, I can use just the wind off of this guy. No, I can't. I don't have enough blue mana. Very sad. So let's just do this. Actually, if I hit Island here... No, I've played a land this turn. Ooh. So Tormenting Voice discarding just the wind is a good way to trigger Bearer of Overwhelming Truths. I don't think we need 2 Voldaren Duelists, because they're not really going to help us much here. I think we have to dig for our flyer to win. And in the meantime not die. So let's take Tormenting Voice. We should look for opportunities to attack, but I mean, maybe I do just attack with this just to clear up the board a bit. But it just trades for these, which is really bad. So maybe I should do it next turn when I can hold up bounce and get some value. Or even just play bounce pre-combat. Yeah. So if our opponent plays Provisioner and attacks with this, do we double block? That can't be worth it. I think we just have to take the 5. Oh, what's this? Arsonists, right? Or not. What have we got here? This is making me really nervous. I don't know what's going on, but... Oh, come on, really? Really? Oh. Well, when I was talking about Sage of Ancient Law earlier, I didn't realize I was right. Okay. So I think if I cast Tormenting Voice, discarding just the wind, I can bounce the Harvest Hand and make a decent attack with the Bearer. It will either trade for the Sage or eat something. If I bounce the Sage, our opponent just draws more cards, which is what I don't want them to do. There's an argument for bouncing this or this so that we don't die to them next turn. We can also just play the Duelist, make this unable to block. But then we don't have enough mana for triggers on the Bearer, so let's do it this way around. Voice. Discard this. Triggers on the stack. Yield to this. Bounce you. Pay a blue. It's a nice looking stack. I don't know if it's really achieving anything, but it's a nice looking stack. Right, so our guy is now a 5/4. And we draw 2 cards, including a Stitched Mangler. That's brilliant. That lets us tap down probably the Sage just so we don't have to deal with it. Is that even correct? I mean, I'm quite happy for this to trade with the Sage. Although maybe I'd much rather our opponent double block with some of these cards. Yeah, let's do that. Solid draw. We really do have some deck velocity going on here, don't we? Attack. I think this guy's staying back on defense. Yes. Sweet. We hit them for 5 and drew a card. And tapped the guy, and none of that cost us much. So I think at this point we're just chomping with the Neonate as soon as the opponent pulls out a big pump spell and looting away a land. If we can draw some more prowess triggers, this Bearer might do a bit of work for us. Oh, they've triggered the thing. Sure, whatever. It's not huge. Huge but tapped. We can flip this back without too much effort. The main question is, do we want to crack the clue? And oh no, we can still play Homunculus Scholar if we do that. I think I do want to crack this clue. I kind of want to find some more interaction. If we can get a press into service, that'd be great. Boring. Do I cash this guy in now? That seems not worth it for the opportunity to gain some life in the process. So I think I'll just run out this land and 2 spells. And then I guess I can attack with one of these? Yeah, no reason not to, I guess. Poke. Oh wait, no, it just dies to that. What am I doing? Oh, I forgot that had flipped. I'm so bad at this. Oh wow, okay. Oh no, they can just pump that. I'm paying so little attention at this. Boy oh boy. Oh. Good. My colossal brain fart didn't get sort of tear-jerkingly punished. Happy days. That actually worked out pretty well. I'm really happy to see that guy gone. I mean, this is not scary, but one thing at a time, I guess. So the opponent here has a pretty good turn of flip the gargoyle, attack with it, flip this again, which is nice for them. The flip side of this has trample as well, so it's going to be very hard for us to deal with. What is this? They're just oscillating about whether to cast. Okay. Just going back and forth on whether to cast Gats the Arsonist or something. Provisioner. Yep. You go ahead and make that Sage a 7/7. I will chump it for days. Like, at this point, discarding a land is essentially free, so we're not even really... Like, technically we're getting 2 for 1, but it doesn't matter. Sure. Why do you even play the Vessel, given that it makes that smaller? Interesting. And we do just double block this, if it attacks. Come on, attack with it. Oh. That guy doesn't do a lot. Okay. Plays. What can we even do? This dies to that. If we had a pump spell, I think I should loot first and look for Senseless Rage. That would be pretty sweet. Well, you know, just stuff to do, that would also be good. I guess I can, like, play Voldaren Duelist to keep this from blocking, and just crash in with a bunch of random guys. Or this, even, and make some trades. Yeah, that's probably better. While my opponent's board is random 2/2s, I should probably try and get in some damage. Because there's going to be... I'm sure there are going to be 4/4s and so on next turn. And my creatures are all much worse than theirs. Right, so this can't block, and then let's see how much damage we can deal. Remember when I said we didn't want Magmatic Chasm? It would have been really good in some of these games. I feel like a fool for that. Lesson learned, I guess. Magmatic Chasm and Stensia Masquerade. Good. I guess when we looked at the Masquerade, we only had about 9 creatures. So, bit sketchy. Turns out my opponent misclicked when they were hoping to pump the wolf. So I think we just flunge. Are we dead on the crackback? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13. No. We have this to chump anyway. Our opponent doesn't have to block anything, they can go to 1 here. Maybe I should have attacked with the Neonate as well. Yeah, because the Neonate has Menace. Maybe it's worth trading it for a bunch of damage. This is great though. Whoa. Which one do we kill? The Gargoyle is probably less of a threat now that we're actually... Yeah, the Gargoyle is less of a threat now that our opponent's ability to deal damage is diminished. We don't want to die to... What, they had Equestrian, whatever it was, off the top. That's the thought. We should kill the thing that's a human. They have human pumping abilities. Let's do that. So now they only have 1 human. We get a nice little clue. I think I'm cracking this first because Press Francis is better than Ravenous Bloodseeker in this circumstance. Senseless Rage, okay. Run this guy out. Well, that went alright. Cleared the board a bit. Our opponent still has quite a few cards in hand, including Intrepid Provisioner. But at least we got rid of a bunch of their stuff. Stoic Builder, that is fine. Excuse me. Oh yeah, that guy. We bounced that earlier. I love the art on this. I love that you can see the woman is wielding little bits of the scarecrow stitched together. Okay, I think this is another bit where we attack because the Senseless Rage lets this card do slightly ugly things. Is it one where you only attack with 1 creature? Or do we attack with everything? So our opponent probably blocks like this, double blocks here, which kind of is pretty awkward for us. I think wherever we do, we're basically forced to use the Rage. This does have Prowess though. Maybe I attack with both of these. Actually, let's loot first, because I can discard it at instant speed to this anyway. And the card advantage is not really a concern, because we've got lands to discard. Ooh, Embryo, that's really good. I'm playing that for definite. In fact, do I just swing with everything now? I'm on 18 still. Opponent has no cards in hand. They have to block this. This is a blowout. Maybe we just do. I mean, they can make some decent blocks. I guess the main thing is they'll be able to kill this and this. But there's... I probably kill this as well, although the discarding to this makes that not an issue. So I'm attacking with, I think, at least these. Go on. Let's get in there, make some more trades. And the Senseless Rage is pretty huge here, so whatever happens, we're dealing damage and putting ourselves quite far ahead. Okay, so I mean, this is the most likely Rage target, but we knew that. So I guess my opponent might do here. So we're discarding to this, targeting this, prowess on this, This dies, this dies. Pump this once, they trade. Yeah. So we activate this. Okay, cool. So this is basically what I thought they'd do, more or less. So then we discard Senseless Rage, trigger Madness, cast it targeting this. Oops, pay the mana cost. That triggers Prowess, right? Oh yeah, it auto-yielded. They trade, this dies. We get in for 1. They have an equipment, but no cards in hand. Go. Come on. Wow. Opponent has some good cards. Although they've clearly got like half a Delirium theme with this and Groundskeeper and so on. So they've got a 4/4 blob. We have lands. This gets through it. So if they're on 7. If we flunge, they're forced to chump the Mangler. So that's probably the play. See what we draw. Press Francis. Boring. Yeah, so if we attack with everything, they either chump this or die. So that's good. And then we can sack this guy post-combat to loot. Love it when the opponent is tapped out with no cards in hand and you have lethal on board. I mean, obviously everyone loves those moments, but the reasoning is so much easier. Oh, so we get to draw a card and everything. What have they got? Lambhold Pacifist. That does not do it. I'm so tempted to attack with just Insolent Neonate for the rub-ins, but maybe that's mean. I don't want to be mean to this guy. I know he's a guy because his name is Stephen Brent. Like, we already got away with an enormous misplay because he misclicked, so let's just do it in honourable fashion. Using the best button on Magic Online. Sack the Vessel. Nice. Stylish. Gonna send an apologetic message, but not till I've actually won. Opponent is waiting on something. There we go. Whew, we got there, just about. And I have the smallest of breaks before the next round again. Curse you, clock. Right, I will once again pause the video so that we can so I can break them up nicely on YouTube, and I will see you in round 3.